Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing some Peter Capaldi era Doctor Who, and we're going to be looking at Knock Knock from Series 10. Now, this is only the second time I've watched this story. I watched it when it originally aired. I don't think I've ever gone back and watched it again. And it was one of those I always liked. I never loved it, but I liked it. I thought it was good. And I think on rewatch, I enjoy it a little more. It's hard to know where to start. I like the guy who also plays Perot in a lot of the Agatha Christie movies. He's also in the Wing Commander movie. I like him. He does a really good job at this, at being like, it's like he's trying to pretend to be a polite gentleman, but he doesn't know how, so he just comes off as being a little odd and weird. The actor does a really good job of portraying that with him. The way he can kind of just appear and disappear practically, that's really well done. I really like his performance. And then the twist at the end, I'm going to jump right into spoilers here, with the reveal that he's not actually the Wooden Girl's mother or father, but is actually her son, is a great twist. I had forgotten that. I had smooth forgotten that. So when that's revealed, I'm like, okay, cool. And then how the actor playing him starts to act like a child, even though it's in an old man's body. The way he reacts is very childish, like a little small boy would. I like that. It's a great performance, a really good performance. And you get the impression that this was very much a child that didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, even before his mother's illness when he was little. He was probably very introverted. He was playing out in the garden probably by himself when he found the little egg shell things. And you kind of get that. This is a kid who is very awkward. And that explains even earlier in the episode why he seems so awkward. He never quite grew up. Even though he's in an old man's body now, he never really mentally or emotionally grew up. And that's fascinating to see. It's such a good performance. I cannot remember his name, but I remember him mainly from the Hercules Poirot Agatha Christie movies he did, back in the day. He's a good actor. Peter Capaldi is phenomenal in this. I absolutely love Peter Capaldi's performance. Capaldi is always good. The 12th Doctor might be more in the middle of my list just because his type of Doctor isn't my favorite. I tend to prefer the more Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton Doctors. Although I do love Series 10 12th Doctor because he's a lot like Pertwee here, and I love Pertwee. So I love the Series 10 12th Doctor a lot. But even though the 12th Doctor overall is not at the highest on my list, I still think Peter Capaldi is one of the best actors to ever play the Doctor. He is just so good. I love that he's always kind of in command of what's going on. Like, you always feel like he's the person in the room you need to listen to when he's talking. Like, when he's talking, if I was in that room, I would shut up and be listening to him. Despite the fact he's the old guy in our young hip group, I would be quiet and be listening to him. He seems to know what he's talking about. And I enjoy the little humorous moments, the banter between him and Bill when she kind of just wants him to leave. Because, this isn't really the part of my life you're in. I like how she's trying to be polite about it. She wants him to leave, but he knows something is wrong, and so he refuses to go. That's kind of humorous, really, and I like that. Pearl Mackie is great in this. I do like Bill Potts as a character a lot, and she's really good in this. The roommates aren't overly fleshed out, but we get to know them a little bit and kind of what makes them tick. They're fleshed out a little with, what time there is to allow. Unlike classic Who, where there's more time to really expand on them, we just kind of have like 45 minutes to work with here, so we just kind of have to get what we can from them. I had also forgotten that this had taken place before, that this event of the house eating people takes place about every 20 years. I had forgotten about that, so that was a nice reminder. I really liked some of the camera angle choices, some of the lighting choices. The episode does a really good job of getting across, atmosphere and suspense and creepiness. Not the best, it's no Horror of Fang, Rock, or Blink, but it still sets the tone really well. With the rain and the lightning and the darkened rooms, and sometimes the camera angles looking a little off. the music going, seeing the guy trapped in the wall is pretty cool. It really is a horror episode. It pulls a few punches, but it's a good horror episode. I love at the beginning when the doctor hears the trees screaming, when they're moving and he's checking for wind and there's no wind. That's a really cool scene and kind of clues him in right there. Something's wrong. I still love that while everything is going wrong, there's still a little bit of twinkle in the 12th Doctor's eye. Like when he sees the first bug and he's like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, and he's trying to follow it. There's still that little twinkle of excitement in his eye, kind of like you see with other doctors like Troughton, always that twinkle of, ooh, what's this? This is new. I'm getting to see something new. I have to check this out. Little bit of excitement there. A little bit of curiosity he wants to explore. Capaldi does a really good job of having that in his eyes there and in his mannerisms, and I really enjoy that because that's very much the Doctor, and I love that. The guest cast seem fine, the actors. It does pull its punches a little bit with all of the roommates, ending up surviving. That doesn't bother me as much as it used to. That used to be my main issue with the episode was, unlike, say, Horror Fang Rock, all of the guest cast basically survive. They all get kind of reformed. I always felt like it slightly neutered the episode. It doesn't bother me as much now because I understand that wooden lady kind of, gave the last of her energy to bring them all back. It makes sense in the story. Is it a little bit of a cop-out? A little. But it's fine. I kind of was glad, especially Bill's kind of best friend that got grabbed last. I was kind of glad to see she survived. And they all seemed like fun enough people, what little bit of time we got with them. So it doesn't bother me as much now. I'm pretty much cool with it. But I liked it. I enjoyed the interior of the house, too. I don't know if they actually shot that in a house or if that was a set. But whatever that was, it looked really good. I love that interior. I did enjoy it a lot. I'm not going to say it's essential Doctor Who viewing, but I tend to like most of Series 10, and this one definitely stands a little taller on second viewing. I thought it was really, really good. I think it gets the horror and tone really, really well, and I really enjoy a lot of the performances in it as well. So, knock, knock. What do you think of it? Comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me that way. There's a link to that down in the description below. That does help me keep the bills paid, so I appreciate you checking that out. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, and a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. I also want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Finn Perkins, Colin Coney, and Unknown289. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. And most importantly, thank you for watching.